Alright, how's everybody doing? Alright, beautiful day out here. Rain is gone. Tuesday, midday. And I think we can put some paint on it today. I just prepped it a little bit, did some sanding of the primer. Everything looks pretty good. And gonna blow it off a few more times and get some tack cloth and try to get any kind of loose debris. And then we're going to go with some base color coat. And we're going to go with instead of the almond white, we're going to go with the Navajo white. It's basically the same color. I think it's just a little bit lighter tint. And we're going to go with the Rust-Oleum paint and primer together. So we'll do that. So let me grab the tack cloth and then blow it a few more times. And then I want to try to get these little dinging, hanging things off the edge here just to try to make it more perfect. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit after I put a couple coats on there. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, went over it with some tack cloth and we are ready for some base coat paint. So I just want, in case something goes horrifically wrong, I just want to see what it looks show how it looks before the base coat. You just never actually know if it's going to react to the primer coat, which hopefully it shouldn't. It's the same company, same brand, and it's been a few days since I put it on there. So as you can see, I sanded it. Fingers crossed. We'll see you in a bit. Alright, another quick update. Catastrophic failure. We're having paint issues again. Let me show you what I mean. I tried to... hopefully it'll focus if the wind would stop moving the guitar. Yeah, you see that? That's not supposed to happen. Especially not after the primer's been sitting. You see this crackling effect? This is just a very, very light coat. And you see how this paint's still moving? It's been setting for a while now. So this is bad. So what I need to do now is probably need to let it dry and put this on pause. This guitar did get some paint on there, so it's, you know, a light coat. Of course it's completely bumpy now. You can see the up close. It's just, this paint came out of the can like real powdery almost, and you can see that's just all the prep and all the time. Maybe you can see better the crackle effect. Yeah, there you go. See how that happened? That's really not what I want to happen. I want a uniform, even covering coat. And that's just light coats. So I've used this paint on a different guitar body. See, it's just each can, it's a complete crap. It's just hit or miss. I mean, one can be great, and then the very next can of the exact same paint could do this. So, alright, so let me regroup and figure out what to do. I might just try for spite. I've got another can of Rust-Oleum. It's not the Ultra Cover Painter's Touch 2X paint. It's a different kind of paint. It's Rust-Oleum, but it's the same color. I might spray a coat on there and see what happens. Not a whole coat, just a section, and see what happens and take it from there. Worst case scenario, I'll just leave it on the hanger, let it dry for a while, put this guitar on the back burner and start working on the Michael Badio guitar. So the Rocket guitar, or start working on the neck. I got a lot of work to do on the neck. But alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, just a quick update. I don't know how I did it, but I was able to save this paint from the abyss. We are headed for the abyss with this paint. It was reacting, it was going bad. I did get a different can of paint. I'll show you which paint I'm using, but I was able to pull it out of the abyss. I mean, it's coated and it's not 100% perfect by no means. Let me try to sneak by here, show you the front. And see the front, as you know, it's going to have the black paint as well. So there's going to be another layer of black, and black tends to hide stuff. Here by the bridge, I had a major paint drippage, but I was able to fix that. And the cracking, like I showed you earlier, I was able to sand and then repeat layer. I think I'm going to go with 2K over this. This is going to dry for about a week or so or more. I'm going to let this dry and cure completely before I go with the black. And of course, you know, the black is going to go with the bow tie and the actual bunny head. And then once I do that, then that's going to, you know, have to cure as well. But the 2K or the 2K paints got the paint with the hardener, as you know. But anyway, I just wanted to show you how I was able to save it. I don't know how I did it. It's not, like I said, it's not 100% perfect. And I seem how I'm going to go with the 2K paint anyway over it. When this is fully cured, I can still lightly sand it and get out any imperfections that still may exist in the paint finish. So, and as you can see, it's there's a little texture to there. But I think once the 2K and the sanding, once this is fully cured, and I know this is gloss paint, but the 2K is super highly glossed paint. But the main thing is to get a good coating of the color. So the color of the paint, the off-white paint, and man, I saved that drip. That drip was bad. I mean, it was, I saved it. So, yeah, this is the paint that saved it. Rust-Oleum, but just the regular paint enamel, and this is almond color. And it's basically the same color as the other color. I mean, they're fairly similar. And this is the paint that had the Dibacco, and I dare not do that, but yeah. There's the proof. Wow. And it still looks pretty good, I mean, considering. I mean, when I do the 2K over the top, it's going to add another layer of super high gloss clear. So, and all this is going to be black, you know, the black outline, like I said, over and over again. It's not like a broken reference. But, alright, I just wanted to give you a quick little update there. I'll be able to save the paint, but, let's go through it again. Let me get the sucker inside. It is a little windy, and there's all kinds of pollen and all kinds of stuff that's floating through the air. Little bugs that like to walk on your paint. So you keep painting. But, there we go. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, how's everybody doing today? A little bit cloudy, overcast kind of day, so we're going to work on the neck a little bit. Working up the shape of the headstock. And here's the blank neck and everything like that. So I'm going to, you know, exaggerate a little bit, make it really kind of cool, make it my own. But yeah, there's the basic shape. Alright, we'll see in a second. Alright, there's the cutout shape, and I'm going to apply it to the headstock and see what we got. Alright, see you in a second. Alright, got it transferred over, and now we'll get to the scroll saw and we'll cut it out. Alright, fingers crossed, wish me luck. Alright, got the scroll saw queued up, and we're going to make our cuts. Here's the final shape that I came up with, and here we go. Alright, I'm going to make some cuts, and we'll be right back. Wish me luck. Alright, successful rough cut of the headstock shape. Good, and I'll get the circular sander, and I'll sand off all the edges here nice and perfect to a point, and then I'll get the files and I'll make it more perfect like that. Okay, and then the next step would be to get the tuners lined up to where I'm going to set the tuners. So I'll get all that squared away and then install the tuners. And then order the truss rod cover, two-piece white and black truss rod cover. And I'm going to have to put a little piece of wood in here. That way I can attach the bottom screw. But alright, yeah. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. See you next step. Alright, got the extra bit of wood installed. That way I can still access the truss rod, but have something for the truss rod cover to screw into the bell shape. So there we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get out the circular saw, or the circular sander, and I'm going to sand these nice, and then I'm going to make this more perfect on the sides here. And then after that, we're going to figure out exactly where I'm going to put the tuning keys, and we'll see you next time. Alright. Alright, got the circular sander out, and we're going to reshape the neck a little bit and perfect it. And we're going to get these sides right to my lines and then make it real good and symmetrical. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. And the way this works is just, oh, I flick the breaker. Okay, see you in a bit. Alright, another quick update. Got the headstock shape perfectly, and it's looking good. Yeah, pretty simple. I mean, I've done plenty of these Gibson headstocks. And, you know, I put my little flair on it too. It's not 100% Gibson headstock. Yeah, pretty close, but I like to put a little bit extra point on one end or two, or, you know. So there we go. Okay, next step will be to install the tuning keys and line them up. Alright, and we'll see you the next step and get cleaned up here. Alright, see you in a bit. Hey, how's everybody doing? Just a quick update on the Playboy Bunny Head guitar build. Okay, basically I'm marking out where I'm going to put the tuning keys and the truss rod cover. And of course, I've got to do the fretwork. I'll do that next. So I've got the menus, and there's what I'm going by. That's basically how I'm going to have it look. And instead of actually the binding, what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the off-white color, the complete back all the way up to the fretboard. I'm not going to paint the fretboard at all. Of course I'll paint the Playboy on the top here, but then I'm going to paint the full headstock, the gray, you know, the off-white, the almond white actually color, all, you know, the back and the front. And then when I tape it off, I'm going to tape off about 1 centimeter or so to give it like a binding and paint that black. And then have the Playboy Bunny logo there. And then I'll probably do the raglan in the Gibson style, slanted upward, the raglan with the Playboy Bunny logo there. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And I'm going to replace the nut, of course. But, alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright. What I got going on now, I'm going to use the Dremel tool, and I'm going to individually screw out the holes. I got the general placement, and that way there's no, you know, take my time with this and get it right. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got two installed, looking pretty good. Yeah, here's the tricky part. To get the spacing just right, you gotta be real exact. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, got all the tuning keys installed, and it is looking sweet. Yeah, I got lucky with this one. Sometimes, you know, it's just, even though you measure correctly, yeah, I might want to put that one on the right a little bit further, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shift it just a hair to the left. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, it is looking good. Now what I'm gonna do is install the screws for the tuning keys and the truss rod cover, get the screws dialed in, and we'll see you in a sec. Looking good though, spacing is perfect. Alright, quick update. Everything is good to go on the tuning pegs. I got all the screws and everything like that, so it looks pretty good. Alright, next step is to do the level crown and polish of the frets and any end sprouts, and then replace the nut, and then we can start to paint, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, we'll see you next time. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Beautiful day here in Central Florida, USA. It's time to work on the, time to level crown and polish the frets on the Playboy Bunny Head electric guitar build. And I'm also going to replace the nut. So first step is going to be to get my tools here and make sure the neck is nice and straight. And once I do that, then I'll tape up the neck, which I've done all this in prior videos, so I don't need to show it again. So I'm going to tape it up, and then we're going to start leveling, and we'll see you the next step. We'll actually mark the frets. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, quick update. Got all fret end filed, or the fret ends rounded and feeling good. No fret end sprout. And I've got all the frets taped off here. I got the fretboard level, and I'm gonna mark it, and we're gonna start putting a crown on it, or not a crown, but flattening, filing all the frets flat and nice and good. All right, we'll see in a little bit. All right, we got all the frets level, and they are looking pretty good. And I got all the fret end files done, or all the fret, no sprout, and I rounded everything, so everything looks good. All right, so now we're gonna put a crown on there, and we'll see you next step. And I'm gonna use my Sumac rounding files and put a good crown on there, and then get a polish, and then swap out the nut, and then we'll be ready for paint. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, got a good crown on all the frets. You can see that line. Pretty good crown. Alright, so what the next step is to polish the frets and round over the frets, and I'm going to use the sandpaper method. I'm going to start with 600 to 1000 to 1500 to 2000 to 3000 to 4000, 5000, 7000, 8000, and then finally at 10,000 grit sandpapers. And I'll work it and make these frets real shiny. Alright, we'll see you after I complete that step. See you soon. Alright, we are done with the leveling, crowning, and polishing, and the frets are looking good and shiny. Let me show you. Alright, now I'll take off the tape, and then we're going to get the nut. We're going to replace the nut. Alright, we'll see you next step. Sweet. Alright, frets are looking good. The most tedious part of the process is actually the leveling, crowning, and polishing, rounding of frets, but I think it's the most gratifying because when it turns out good, they just glow. Okay, so we're gonna take off this this cheap neck that came with the neck, and we're gonna install a new one, and we'll see after I knock that thing off. It's pretty easy. You just get a piece there and you tap it, and a lot of times they only got it hold it on there with a little bit of CA glue. So, all right, we'll see you in a second. Alright, got the nut off and getting ready to install the new nut. I had this nut on hand. The nut that I originally ordered for this guitar neck was a little bit too long, and I didn't want to have to shape it that much because the slots would have been hanging too far off the edges. So luckily I have a bunch of nuts from before, and this one will work for this particular project. I mean, it's good quality. It's just, I don't think it's bone or anything, but it's plastic material. So, alright, let me shape this up and then install it on the end there, and we'll be good to go. See you in a bit. Alright, I got the neck on the hanger, and we are good to go as far as I'm going to tape up the fretboard and the nut, and then we're going to see if we can try to get some paint on here. And I think I'm just going to go with the paint and the primer combo together. I'm going to try to sand this a little bit, but I'm hoping that's going to be good enough and there's not going to be any issues. Make sure I blow it really well. And I might paint this actually in the garage with the door open. And then I've got a spot I can hang it in there and do several coats. Just try to get enough base coat on there. But anyway, I'm going to tape it up and we'll see you in a second. Alright, we got her taped up and she's on the hanger. I'm going to go over it a few more times to make sure there's no little dust. I might even get some tack cloth on there, make sure there's no dust at all. And then we're going to go with some base coat spray paint, the same color as the body. And fingers crossed this goes well. This shouldn't be that hard. It's not windy at all today, and I don't have any of the pollen dripping things, but it's a beautiful day here in Central Florida. Thursday, midday, it's about 3 p.m. or so. And all this is just putting several coats of base coat on there. And I'm gonna go with 2K and then black on the front, and then the Playboy Bunny logo, and then my logo or Gibson logo on the slant. But this is just the base color. But all right, fingers crossed, wish me luck. We'll see you in a sec. All right, got the first coat of base color, and it's pretty smooth sailing so far. I'm taking my time on this. This is basically the only thing I have to do with the guitar today. I already finished all the other stuff, so yeah, it looks pretty good. Just gotta keep an eye on it, keep an eye out for dust, whatnot before I go to the next coat. I'll probably do about maybe 4 or 5 base coats, just so I get a decent coat on there. But yeah, looking good so far. Tape's coming up a little bit right there, but I think if I keep an eye on it, keep pushing it down, and hopefully it'll be fine. But okay, alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, quick update. I got the complete base coat. I just got finished with the last coat, and it is looking amazing. Yeah, this turned out really good. I'm gonna hurry up and get it in the house before any bugs, and then I gotta take off the tape on the fretboard so it doesn't stick and cause any problems. But yeah, I just wanted to show you real quick while I took it inside. It's looking pretty good. Yep, coated good. Lucky, you get lucky once in a while. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, how's everybody doing? Okay, just a quick recap on today's progress on the Playboy Bunny Head guitar. As you remember, I've got this, I painted this a couple days ago. It's been set since Tuesday actually, so it's been 2 days curing. And I just finished the neck, which looks amazing. It turned out, yeah, that smoothness is what you shoot for, how smooth it went to paint the neck. I mean, that doesn't necessarily happen every time. Sometimes it's like a major pain and this, that, dust, bugs, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it turned out pretty good actually. So, and I'll be putting a 2K clear coat over this, and I'll be touching up the line here, the fretboard line. It's not 100% perfect. I mean, you can't really tell. It's just kind of nitpick stuff. But before I go to put the Playboy lettering on the fretboard, and so I'm going to let both of these cure for at least a week before I take it to the next step. And the next step would be for on the neck to, like I said, put the Playboy lettering on the fretboard, color the front of the headstock black with a centimeter in, so it gives it a kind of a look like a binding, kind of like matching the body. And then on the body, the front black with the Playboy head, which I've got the paper template. And what I'm gonna do for the template here, as you can see, I'm gonna cut the negative. So I'm gonna cut out this, cut out that. Anything that's black I'm gonna cut out, with the exception of the hole, of course, and I'll have to place the hole and then tape up all the negative on the body and then spray paint black. So hopefully that'll go smooth as well. But yeah, that'll be the next step for the body. And then once that's done, then 2K clear coat. After that has about, several days to cure the black paint. For both the black paint on the headstock and the fretboard inlay, well, painted inlay. It's not an actual inlay, it's paint. But once that has time to cure, then I'll go over the whole guitar with 2K clear coat, and that'll make it really shiny. And if I see any imperfections as far as the paint goes, I can always lightly sand the base color almond here, that color. But yeah, just a quick update, and it's looking good. And everything good. And good news about completing this step, because I did all the fretwork, as you recall earlier in this series of videos. This is on the table, so I'll be cutting the wood for this either tomorrow or the next day. And I got the aluminum piece for the front, and I got the screws and everything like that. So the Michael Badio rocket guitar is next. So that'll be pretty epic. I can't wait to get going on that. I have everything I need for that guitar already, so it's just a matter of getting to it and setting it up and lining it up. But yeah, okay. Just another quick close on today's progress. The bunny head from the other day, the paint, and then the fresh paint on the neck, which is awesome. Turned out really good. Alright. Hope everybody's having a good week so far, and we will see you soon. And we'll be starting the Michael Badio guitar build, the Michael Badio rocket. So, all right, from Brian's Guitars here in Guitarland, Central Florida. We will see you soon. Have a good day, everybody.